teammates.
In his sense, that wouldn't be the biggest kill ever. I'm sure he would much rather be able to find an Alchemist low, but Alchemist is actually trying to clear through his Ancients right now.
Trying and succeeding. He's really farmed 900 gold past his armlet. This is going to be a extremely fast Radiance. NP fans have got to be scared now.
NP are beginning to do some stacks of their own. They have currently Invoker trying to farm through some neutrals alongside AUI. Trying to complete up that Midas as quick as possible, start really getting the progression in levels for the Invoker. We can see that heavy Sunstrike and how it's able to burst down heroes if it's actually enough against Wings and their rather tanky squad. They've got two very defensive heroes in the Rubik and the Winter Wyvern, and three rather tanky cores on Wings. NP are going to need a whole lot of damage to be able to eat through that HP.
Did they see the Rubik? I'm not sure. He just spawned his Hawk, but I'm not sure if they saw it or not. We'll see shortly. It's a great place to deward. But the ward advantage for Wings is so much better. They've been stacking large camps. This Ancient stack is almost everything that NP has going their way this game. If this gets contested by somebody like Alchemist, it could just completely upend the pace of this game for them.
Yeah, that is really the big strategy here from Wings, right, is that they can't really contest that will, but if they do, it's a huge win. But even if they don't manage to get a successful intervention of those Ancients, really doesn't matter strategy. Alchemist is doing his own Ancient stack, and he's doing so much more than contest that will, but if they do, it's a huge win. But even if they don't manage to get a successful
NP should have been able to get a fast level 6 and either the Warlock or the Tree in the safe lane, but because of the aggro dueling, the starter gets as many levels as he wants, and the Sven doesn't get to hit up the jungle as fast. Normally you'd have maybe the Ancients cleared by now, possibly stacking the second set. So finally level 6 being picked up for Warlock. They're ready to teamfight at least, but they haven't been able to get a kill on the map in a long time.
Big difference here between our one positions for both Wings and NP is that Shadow's spending all of his time in lane. AUI able to take advantage of the jungle, freeing space for the Warlock. Currently trying to go through the Ancients as well, but the Warlock has picked up his level 6.
Yeah, the sentry there actually did spot on Faith Beyond, so they know he's in the area. Do they have a dust ready? See if they put the sentry. They see him.
They got him with the Primal Roar, the Sunstrike will manage to connect here, and not able to get out the sun side. A couple of swings from AUI, and that'll seal the kill. They get the Ancients, and they get a +1 on top of that. Faith Beyond falls.
Huge kill for them. Actually, pretty big mistake from Wings. I believe they had the sentry down earlier. The ward got dewarded, possibly a miscommunication between the supports and the cores there from not expecting that. You've got to communicate that kind of stuff. It happened in the last game as well with the Shadow Fiend, actually.
Shadow has completed his armlet and phase boots. As soon as Faith Beyond has the blink dagger, they're good to go. The very aggressive dude that can pretty much instantly get kills. Unless NP are in the right position, they're actually going to go on MSS here, trying to go for the TP out. Again, the living armor making a difference until the Winter's Curse will put a stop to that TP in the last second. Shadow no longer has a range, but SVG can actually slow down, get Please team. Now with a cold snap, they're doing a lot. The ultimate gets shot by the Warlock, but it's not quite enough. Shadow is getting away with Rage, and a crush goes down from Faith Beyond, further preventing NP from moving forward.
No ability to land Fatal Bonds there. The cold snap only does so much. They needed Sven or maybe or Aurora, but the way that fight started, another dead hero for NP, and they used a very crucial chaotic offer, and there's the relic. This is like ideal timing on Alchemist if you do not get killed in the lane. He farmed well, he's transitioned well, he's done it safely, he didn't get ganked, and this is going to get real hard for NP.
Sunstrike almost catching Faith Beyond, pops the sprint. He's got Innocence there to back him up. It looks like they want to try and give some space for Faith Beyond to be able to get that big initiating item, as he is really the only one that hasn't gotten what they wanted out of the planning phase, right? They wanted that early Blink Dagger on Slardar. It's okay though, because Lifestealer and the Alchemist have made up for that small loss of farm.
All right, Echo Saber, very crucial item, and picking off heroes like Slardar or the Lifestealer before they're able to press their I don't want to die button, and here comes the smoke rotation. There's a chance that they try to take Roche with this. Much more likely they try to take a team fight. They're prepping up for mid here.
They're going to wrap into that mid lane behind that tier 1 tower, see if they can catch the Alchemist while he's farming those neutrals. It's not going to be the case here, but maybe as Blink shows up to lane, they can go for it. Chemical Rage is about to fall out too. Eternal Envy already starting out the damage. They're going to be able to get him. Primal Roar goes down. AUI just tears them to a pulp. They will win it to get one. Innocent's going to be the next one down as well. They kill Snap, holds him in place. A failed attempt to be able to save the Alchemist costs an extra life to Wings. And NP will get the +1 and the objective as well. Tier 1 tower rapidly falling.
I love how they played that. They brought the Screen Protector in the safe lane.
Eternal Envy going to be slowed down. Wounds, AUI turn, hoping to hit Shadow as much as possible. The same is more, and now the Golden Break is actually going to be able to keep it beyond 9. Now Winter's Curse laid out. They're going to be able to take down the Beastmaster with the help of AUI. The damage turns against them, and NP will drop their 2 cores.
It was a great move to show the Screen Protector on the safe lane, an expected place for the Dire to rotate with their smoke while they ganked the mid lane. They got an out kill and a Rubik follow-up, but they stayed a little too long. Great Winter's Curse to guarantee the death on the Beastmaster, and they've got to keep this tower alive. If it takes a lot of damage, it's okay. They can heal it up, but yeah, it looks like Wings will actually back off. So about even trade there, but there's still the major threat of the Alchemist on the map. They can kill him for now, but if he just gets away with farming for the next 10 minutes or so, I don't know if they're going to have the damage anymore.
Both teams putting large priority on being able to keep their towers alive. NP obviously have that extra advantage with the living armor, but Wings doing what they can to make sure they don't concede too much WAP control to NP. The Radiance as well as the Armlet is up for Blink, and as soon as he gets that Manta and Boots of Travel, his farm will just start exploding, and NP are going to be on quite the timer here, unless they plan on pushing this super late game against an Alchemist who can get fully 6-slotted and start passing around some Aghanim Scepters too.
Yeah, they're really hoping to get the tier 1 after that gank mid, but the push just came a little bit too slow, and Wings was able to actually cover that pressure. So many levels on all their heroes. That's the big problem for them.
It's very concerning to me that Shadow, because he's been a part of 3 different kills, claimed the life of 2 of those. He is actually pretty close to AUI's net worth. It's not just about the Alchemist. Alchemist will naturally be ahead, but the fact that a Lifestealer is pretty close to a Sven, who's naturally supposed to be ahead, net worth is another concerning metric for NP.
They did see Envy rotating up here with the Slardar ultimate, so surely Envy knows this, and the smoke rotation comes around. This is so dangerous.
He's going to pop his invis. They will throw out the dust. Eternal Envy's already got some distance away. He's going to have to turn and fight. It looks like he might be able to pick up the 1 kill on Ice Ice, but he doesn't have the magic damage to finish him off. That hold will be enough. They're going to be able to take down Envy and will not lose the support in exchange.
Well, they do get the bot racks at least. If you use Quas Ice Invoker, maybe that works, but on Exort, Quas is just difficult to survive.
And because Ice is still alive, he's actually going to be able to help defend against this push from NP in the bottom lane. He's going to start out with a Splinter Blast, doing a little bit of damage here. They're actually going to throw it on the Primal Roar onto the Slardar. AUI not sure if he can man up against Phase Beyond. He does manage to get off the clutch, but the overgrowth is there immediately afterwards. AUI takes out that offlaner. They're going to try and continue to fight this one out with the Wild Warlock. It's a 4 versus 4, and maybe AUI, he ends up going down anyway. Can't fight through the Shadow HP. He stays up thanks in part to that Armlet. NP will walk away with only the Beastmaster and the Dream Protector, and have only claimed the life of that Slardar, who's already tanked so much. MSS hoping to be able to finish off that mid-tier 1 tower. Shadow is here for the deny, though.
Nicely done there, and he's also going to feed the gold from the Necros, so NP did get 2 towers though, and they haven't actually lost one yet. So while there's a massive gold advantage going towards the Wings, if they can just keep this kind of a tower advantage, that means that any ganks that happen, NP should be able to react to them better than Wings. But if they do equalize and eventually take those towers back, their advantage is going to be actually out of control, because a lot of it's just offset from the easy gold that they get from towers.
Tier 1 being chipped away, but Phase Beyond is here. He's had quite the, he's really played the sacrificial role here. He's still sending a 900 gold in his purse. No Blink Dagger in sight really for him, but the other 2 cores are getting a very big benefit out of his plays. There have a Blink Dagger now on the Sven. This is going to be the first step for NP to start trying to wrestle gank control away from Wings. You can see Wings are trying to make this very odd gank happen. A Lifestealer infested inside a Rubik. I'm sure this is something that NP are not anticipating with this Ghost Walk steal.
I'm not anticipating it working either. Like, they've got a lot of time left on the Ghost Walk, but his ability to find heroes is so low because of the low movement speed. And
he is nowhere near anybody. In fact, it's going to be the Winter Wyvern in close encounters with NP. He goes down to the gank, and now they may actually be able to get more. Primal Roar laid out, much gold. That's going to be able to drop onto 3. They can almost finish this one up. Flutter in the back line, taken out by MSS, and Shadow even is going to go down. NP pick up a big team fight for Wings, trying to defend a simple Winter Wyvern. And the fight turned so badly for them, a 3,500 gold turn. As NP take a big win.
Massive swing there. The tree ulti was perfect timed, especially because the Lifestealer happened to pop out at the same moment. It limited his ability to kill Sven, and Sven got to do whatever the hell he wanted. They're going to take the tower.
They're actually going for it. They might just get Blink as well. What the hell? Blink is almost dead. He managed to get the cold and brains out for the Winter Wyvern. That'll keep him alive for now. And Turletti and the rest of his crew back up. They take the tier 3 tower, but he still gets no. Oh no, the unstable concoction finishes him up, and now they're going to move forward. They know Blink's dead. They're going to force a buyback. They might still get the racks as well. If Beyond comes in, two-man crush. Then to get a lucky bash onto AUI, but AUI turns to the range racks instead. Blink is pushing himself forward, looking for the extra kill. They know AUI is dead. They want more. Blink has an unstable concoction up here in a second. He has vision of MSS, but he's going to go for the Treant Protector instead with the Radiance Bird. MSS is the next target, but with that ice wall laid in place, looks like they're going to have to play the long route around, and they won't be able to catch up to him. MP, though, holy cow, they just went from being like relatively scared of this Alchemist, and all of a sudden, boom, they win a fight bottom, they take a tier 2, Alchemist suicides, and they can get a tier 3, a range racks before the 20-minute marker.
Just an amazingly timed mistake there for Blink suiciding. Guarantees the range barracks. There's a lot of gold stored up in those buildings, and that's why we saw these big item pickups from NP. A one team fight and buildings afterwards, and the overall map pressure that's always going to happen. It's a big advantage for them. Midas on Warlock as well, more levels, possible utility items as well. NP's really happy right now. This game is stabilized.
Yeah, that was the thing about NP's lineup, right? It was a little bit slow to come online with Beastmaster, Sven, and Invoker on the same team,
top.
But now that they're actually here, they're going to start being really effective. They've got that Necronomicon 3 up on the Beastmaster, so they can very quickly do Motion, the help of Alacrity, and all the physical damage that AUI brings to the table.
Yeah, and it doesn't even cost them a Sven ult, so even after they take this, the only cooldown that they're going to have is Necro 3. Definitely a great tool to have. Great for getting backline kills, but actually gap closing, it's a little hard for MSS right now, so absolutely worth it. They pop the smoke. If they can get a pick off or two, this could be the end of the bot racks.
Yeah, they're just going to 5-man smoke, spread out, go straight through bottom lane. It looks like they will manage to catch Innocence here. He's going to be spotted out by the ward. They jump onto him, Blink, and that is the one pick that's going to allow them to be able to go high ground with an Aegis and a 4 versus 5 for 30 seconds. NP still have a creep wave to be able to push out. All the meanwhile, Wings are trying to gain as much ground around the map before this high ground push comes.
Oh no, the Hawk
will have to defend eventually here.
That's actually a pretty big loss. They do already have a ward on the low ground though. 2 of them, so if it does get dewarded, one of them may survive.
They're so close to being able to have that Manta, which is so key to be able to defend high ground. But unfortunately, the Courier holding on to that item means that this Alchemist is not going to be able to throw out those illusions and spam out the Radiance against NP. He's got it now, though.
Yeah, all the summons that they have, so useful for moments like these. That is healable damage on the barracks. They don't need a Treant for that one, but if they come out too far, NP's going to turn around and take a fight. Their ability to pressure is very nice. That's one of the big advantages of things like Manta or summons.
Seeing as they just picked up the Aegis, they've got plenty of time to work with. Do you think this is the best idea for NP to back up and farm until they have Blink Dagger on Beastmaster? And I'm not sure what if AUI is close to an item or maybe the Invoker is as well. But do you think they should wait for that? BKB as well on AUI? Those are two pretty big team fight items, right?
The problem is that the Blink on Beast is very far away. It's about 1,000 gold. NP has an Ags coming. The BKB on the Sven is massive. The only hero he really has to worry about is maybe Winter Wyvern ulti before he pops his BKB, but if he plays this team fight right, AUI should guaranteed get a kill at the start of the fight. And that's all they need to definitely go high ground and finish a Rax.
So wait for the Axe and the BKB, at least for the Sven and Invoker, but maybe not the Blink Dagger. Go high ground before that.
It's so long. I mean, he would have to farm a jungle maybe twice, 1.5 times before he's able to pick that up. And they're just constantly worried that Wings is going to start a fight, because there is a lot of threat to that. It could just be one hero with a smoke, with a lifestealer on top of him, initiating from the side, starts the fight in a good way.
TP up to top lane, and Invoker tries to put a stop to the push to top, but they have already laid the bait. Shadow and Faith Beyond were actually sitting there anticipating, but if a split push out of NP, they catch Invoker and take away his Aegis. making the initiation that you were kind of talking about. This whole entire time, they're waiting to go for the high ground. It gives opportunities to Wings to make the first step.
Exactly. If they spread out too much or show themselves where they are, or maybe if Slaughter just runs through enemy jungles, see if he finds somebody. Almost every time it's going to be a kill due to the nature of amplified damage, making Lifestealer do so much more. It's tough to deal against that. They might be able to pressure this mid tower, maybe even kill it. And he's kind of in a bad place for this already. It's getting low.
Blink, using his illusions to be able to keep those Blink daggers at bay, will start retreating as soon as he sees AUI and sees the big dangerous initiator for now. On the other side of the map though, Faith Beyond as well as Shadow. On that life stealing side of things, what a gank.
They got it. No boots of travel to that guy. I'm pretty sure that's why they put that in that place. It's a great creep for affecting creep equilibrium. Walk up to the wave, nuke it for 160 apiece, and when you already have a Rax advantage, that's something that you can abuse for the rest of the game.
Yeah, NP are just looking to be able to control the map, right, while they finish up these last couple items, because they're always having to deal with this Alchemist split push. As you can see, Wings have given up quite the net worth lead thanks to that the couple of arrangements at bottom lane.
50 gold, man.
Yeah, 50 gold is all the difference, despite Wings having an Alchemist on their team. He is trying to finish up that Octarine. Will start speeding up through the illusion spam push out, that Naga-esque kind of split push that Alchemist is well known for. So it's going to get harder and harder for NP to be able to push high ground without losing objectives in the other lanes if they stall too much. But it looks like they're trying to set up for a tier 2 push for now.
And it also gives them a lot of survivability through lifesteal, but the problem is that if Fatal Bonds is landed well, all the damage that they put on Alk that he heals through is going to be spread across his team. So a proper Fatal Bonds could change this fight in a big way. They've got to be careful with their positioning. They can't get caught out of position. They can't let NP initiate first, and the same thing goes for Wings. Wings has got to be, or NP has to be worried about Wings initiating.
Yeah, you've got to get that started. It's absolutely necessary for Wings to be able to get the starter on Lifestealer, make the first step on the initiation, make it a 4 versus 5. That way they don't get so heavily turned around on with that Fatal Bonds, and that Warlock ultimately comes out. Now they're actually finding SPG. That's going to be a free one there. NP have already backed up those simple pickoff. Not much else.
It's a pretty big loss for MP for now. That's going to give Wings confidence to move across the map. Split pushing will happen on the bot lane. I don't believe they lost a gem there at least, but already set up Observer and Sentry gives them that easy pick. It's a little dangerous. They didn't necessarily know for sure where NP was with their cores, but as long as one of them showed somewhere else on the map, that gave them the safety to know that that's a dead tree.
Yeah. See if Wings can actually take an objective. As I say that, Train Protector's already come back up in 5 seconds. That's been the one thing. Alchemist, with this split push, would usually be able to take a tower by now, but all they've got is that safe lane tower at the top lane, just like last time around. Yeah, Wings didn't have a tower for so long, and it's because of that living armor. NP showing what the Train Protector can really do in this meta.
Yeah. I dare say they perfected it in a lot of ways. They're looking for the MSS kill. He's got to roar this.
Oh my god, the push! He put Shadow up onto the cliff and he doesn't have a way out of this one. Face Beyond is dead, and they're going to throw the golem right on top of Shadow. Sunstrike lands as well. He's going to man fight up against Golem, but they have the vision to be able to beat him down from the low ground. Shadow's just stuck there without the rage, and he will end up going down. MSS, the perfect timing to throw that Primal Roar right as the Lifestealer pops out. It's a rather fortunate push to the high ground that nets them 2 big-time kills.
Sometimes things just go your way like that. That's anime, man.
That is absolutely what is powering NP right now. They're going to go for the push to the bottom ground. They're looking for that melee Rax.
Lifestealer's dead for 37. No buyback there. Can they kill Blink?
Whoa, Poker. A little bit far forward here. Alchemist will get a decent amount of damage on him, bringing down to half. And this will stall the push a bit from NP, but they do have a really good sustain. They've got Living Armor, a little bit of Leech Seed heal, and even just eternally Envy himself going to Quas can heal himself back up to full in just mere seconds, but it seems like that's enough. They won't be able to go for that melee Rax while the Lifestealer's down, and everything sort of resets.
Yeah, Envy was not expecting that to be a real hero. That's why it took so much damage when the Manta came out. So they lose that opportunity to take a barracks, but the fact that they killed the offlane hero and the hard carry for that long was an amazing grab. Could have been a huge difference. What if he comes out the other side when he jumps out of the infest and is pushed into the river? That would have only been 1 kill max, but yeah, amazing pickup. It cost him the Inferno Golem at least, but that was needed just in case he started his TP once clipped. So safe play from NP to grab that.
NP trying to set up a gank, but I think they know that there are it's a little bit too much of a risk. Who knows how many heroes are sitting behind that Alchemist, so they start backing away. They back up to the rest of the allies, gonna smoke and try and find the initiation here, but this is a tough tower to be able to defend. Wings have plenty of area to be able to work around behind that Alchemist, which is why NP are going to try and wrap around and catch the team from behind. If they can get a clutch, quick kill on the initiator, maybe they can even blow up Faith Beyond and force the Lifestealer to go on without a vehicle.
This is so dangerous for both teams. Mostly NP, though. If they don't collapse at the perfect moment, them being behind isn't going to be an advantage.
Alchemist pushing forward, but the initiation's about to come in from behind. They're going to go straight for Eyesight. They're going to take away that big tanky support. He's already down. They're going to look for Blink next. Pops the BKB. He's already thrown out the unstable concoction. Warlock's dead, yes, but it looks like AUI can easily win this man fight up against Blink. The sun goes down just in time. Blink buys time to be able to get away, but a tornado catches him just on the tail end of it. They surround Blink. They will bring him down as the unstable concoction just doesn't seem to be enough. He can't get it anyway. The armor is enough, but he will end up going down. Shadow will at least get a turnaround kill. He's managed to get this fed. He's going to get the Invoker as well. Faith Beyond has already found two. Can he find a third? MSS gets away with the TP, and SVG is hiding in the trees. Somehow, NP did not manage to win that fight. It started off so great. They got the Winter Wyvern instantly, but at the same time, Wings found the initiation on the Warlock.
Yeah, and not just the Winter Wyvern, it was Winter Wyvern and the Rubik, the two heroes that have the best disable on the team. But the amount of time it took for them to actually kill the Alchemist made that prohibitive. Because on the backline, they needed Warlock to maybe have Upheaval for disable or Fatal Bonds to spread the damage. And Lifestealer's hitting so hard right now that once Sven has amp damage on him and he doesn't have his AC yet, he just got chewed through. And that's why they lost that fight.
Yeah, they were trying to build some counters to that amp damage. You can see SVG is trying to build up a Lotus Orb, and if they actually get that, that'll be a great way to deal with the amplified damage, but it seems like NP have been stalled up, and it's now Wings who are going to be making the big item progression. They have now the AC up on the Shadow. That is only going to boost his damage that much further. Shiva's up on Blink, so he's able to tank through the Sven's. Like, they're so dependent on being able to burst through that Alchemist thanks to AUI's physical damage, but that Shiva's will really limit things.
Yeah, it really will, and the lifesteal and the Manta to remove things, and it's very difficult. Even with the Invoker disables there, they're really lacking on damage right now. It's going to take AUI winning some team fights, and ideally for him not dying. That's the only way he's likely to get ahead of net worth from the lifestealer and the Alch.
And we haven't even talked about the Winter Wyvern, the way he can interrupt things, right? Cold Embrace against Sven is so good, and he's got Winter's Curse as well to be able to kind of disengage, allow the Alchemist to be able to get away from things, might even kill a hero off of that. So that's why NP need to be able to find that initiation on the back lines first. MSS, he's going to be the one pushing out bottom while the rest of his team is sitting around that Roshan pit, but Wings are claiming objectives. They're going to get the tier 2, and they're going to force NP back by going high ground with the illusions up at the top lane. It seems like NP, though, very happy with this exchange.
Yeah, they're going to have to TP all the way back. They know Alchemist can't get to the Roche pit. Very easy Aegis for them, and much needed after that last fight. Basically perfect initiation with the exception of their backline getting blown up, and they still lost the fight. So Aegis could really help that out, especially if you're trading something like Sven Aegis for some big ultimate initiations from Wings. Oh, it's actually on Invoker, excuse me. Definitely the easier to kill hero. Doesn't have as much armor. If they do jump on him, he can die instantly.
There are many ways that they can just leave the Sven for last in a team fight, right? So he's the big tanky hero. He's even going to have an AC in not too long.
It's a gem pickup on Warlock, so NP very likely to control the map now. It's a big ward on the cliff. That one's kind of hard to spot.
That would certainly help out. Because this vision, you're going to see the power of it right here. Faith Beyond sees the opening. They're going to be able to instantly take out the Warlock. Wings are in pretty deep, though. And they have a few heroes around. They're going to be able to join the rest of the team in the mid lane. NP will not try and strike back here. Instead, they're going to go for the split push and see if the Wings team is going to try and push into mid.
Midas is off cooldown. Grant is upset right now. Okay, use it. We're good. They didn't lose the gem, though. Warlock's dead for 30. They've got to slow this down, but it's hard.
Living Armor did so much to be able to stop early pushes, but now Wings can rip apart a tower in just seconds. NP needs to be able to find a way to hold, or else without the Warlock, or else they're going to be losing the melee racks, and it looks like they're deciding it's not worth the attempt at a fight right now. Cold Snap actually slows up the Unstable Concoction for a moment. AY jumps in, but he's just going to be focusing down some of the creeps and the illusions, knowing the Alchemist is too far away. Warlock just now coming back up, but Wings is already struck and gone. They've taken the mid laner Brax and will retreat very cleanly.
And it's amazing how different this game could have been if they just bought that gem 30, 40 seconds earlier. They would have killed the ward on the high ground, the Warlock wouldn't have died, and then NP would have felt comfortable at least taking that fight. But with one dead hero, especially the Warlock's team fight capabilities, there's just no realistic way that that was safe. So small timings, Warlock missing a couple last hits, absolutely gives them that Rax advantage.
And now we're getting into the super late game for the Alchemist, while all these other heroes are only thinking about what their late game items are going to be. He picks up a Basher, and a full out Abyssal is going to be here in not too long. So
it's a good choice. Should allow him to disable Sven through BKB. And that's the hero. That's most of the damage for NP this game, as great as Invoker is.
Invoker, pretty necessary. Lincoln's going to be picked up by him as we have the Blink Dagger on Ice.
They smoked under a ward. They know. They know.
That's rough. IUI. They see the ward now, but it's a bit too late.
They may still try to get a kill with this, though. We'll see.
Oh, it's actually going to be Wings pushing forward. They pop the Shivas just for a bit of extra vision. They will manage to find SVG inside the river. And NP, you can see already, AUI starts backing up. He takes a small second hit on those Ancients. He wants this the rest of his farm. Doesn't look like Wings will be there to punish him.
He's in a good farm position. The AC will help a lot against the Lifestealer. I don't know if it will be enough against Alk, though. That guy's really tanky right now.
Yeah, and he's the two of them, the Lifestealer and the Alchemist, are dishing out so much damage to everyone else on the team that even if the Sven can survive through some direct focus from these two cores, the other heroes are not. And that's what Wings have been doing, right? They've been kind of focusing the back line as much as possible.
And he's in Ag's territory as well. 1,000 GPM right now on him as an Alchemist. Just amazing performance. Just about maxed out. I guess you go Rubik first. Lifestealer, maybe Winter Wyvern. I haven't seen a serious Winter Wyvern Ags before, but this might be the game. He's still farmed.
Blink goes ahead, drops off that armlet, picks up the Abyssal Blade, and Mjolnir now complete for Lifestealer. A heavy increase and attack speed for him in the last few minutes between the AC and that item. Waiting to start their next assault on the NP base. NP looking for a way to be able to find initiation, but the Hawk, it doesn't show that Wings, Beyond, and Shadow have already found the initiation on the Beastmaster. And Sven, well, he does a two-man Stormhammer, and maybe go for a second kill. Beyond gonna be able to survive, and now the Winter's Curse will hold that Sven in place. Meanwhile, the Alchemist on the front lines has already taken on SVG, and he's beating on that tier 3 tower. It's about to finish up. He's gonna go for the Warlock kill to try and force out that ultimate, and he does successfully, and he still managed to get the Warlock kill. AUI, he's being kited around by these three heroes of Wings, and it seems like NP are just crumbling now in this game number 2. No buybacks whatsoever, and Eternal Envy, the last man stand against the full 4-man of Wings inside their base.
They had to get a good initiation, but with MSS getting jumped on first, they lose their Roar, their Necro 3, and their Gem, and he's gonna try to slow this down. He can stop them from attacking for a long time, but he's got more allies coming. Tree ulti can stop things. Roar can stop things, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough.
It's just not going to happen. These tier 4s are going to be falling, and NP will concede. Wings take this grand final 2-0.
Wings still looking so unstoppable, but NP almost had this. Game 1 should have been their game. Game 2, it was almost there. They almost had some advantage, but they dropped down, and Wings is going to take the victory. Still one of the best teams, if not the best team we've ever seen in Dota 2.
You got to be feeling for NP a little bit. They were so close to victory in that game number 1, and they had their moments in game number 2, but Wings establishing why they won TI6.
Yeah, just the way that they controlled the map. They had massive lane advantage. The drafting put them into that situation where they didn't get as much as they wanted out of the Sven. Their off lane didn't get as much as they wanted either, and they had some good rotations in the mid game, but all during this, Blink didn't miss a last hit. And when that happens, that's the advantage you get.
All right, well, congratulations to Wings taking this grand finals, being the good sports, going over there, giving some love to NP, and so does our crowd to these two teams, making it this far.